What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be looking at another video from the Japanese YouTube channel where they show off some of these cards that we're about to see ahead of time. Our release schedule is pretty much matched with Japan, so we don't get to see some of these new cards in action ahead of time, but there's a new mini set called Shining Paldea Fates or whatever, where we'll have a couple of impactful cards getting into our new format. And one of those cards is Espathra EX. Now, Espathra EX is not that amazing, but it does have a grass type ability, or grass typing, which is really good for some of the dark type attackers in our format, like Charizard EX, as well as Roaring Moon. And its ability says that the Pokemon in the active spot needs one extra energy to attack back into us. The actual attack, it's 30 times the energy cost required in your opponent's, or I think energy required for their attacks or energy attached to both Pokemon, something like that. We'll find that in a second. But this card seems really cool, and I think there's some playability here. So they're going to show off a deck list at the very end. Yep, they always do. You guys can stay tuned for that. Skip right there if you want. But before you do any of that, please like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. And yeah, let's just jump right into the video and watch some probably almost certainly scripted gameplay. But, you know, either way, let's have some fun with it. I love doing some of these videos. Let me know if there's any other like matches across history or in Pokemon you guys want me to sit down and analyze. We see Natu, and Flittle on the right. So we're going to be using a Xatu engine to draw cards. It seems like so. Just everything in our deck gets touched by Fog Crystal. Majority of the stuff can get pulled out by Level Ball, which will rotate soon coming up. So that is an impactful blow. On the left side, we see Miraidon, a staple deck that has made its way into multiple tournament finals recently. And just pulling out Iron Hands, pulling out Raikou, looking for the turn 1 hands play, which should put a lot of pressure on if we do hit. Looks like, okay, just going for Raikou, so the hand isn't conducive for turn 1 hands play. We're just going to attach to Raikou, and we're going to just see the 180 come down, take out a Natu. Nothing too crazy with that one. We're going to see the Flittle come up. That's going to become the Espathra soon. Xatu, there it is. Attach once again. We're going to research. Yep, nice 7. Fog Crystal, Natu as well. We can power up our own Espathras and make it nice and beefy. So there's 1, and now we're at 4, so this should be 150 damage right now, which is quite a bit. We're going to use Zatu's ability to draw 2. Yeah, 150. My math was not off. That's pretty good. I can see where the problem lies immediately with a deck like this, because you don't actually one-shot a lot of things, so you're playing a 2-shot war. So we need to find a way to heal our Pokemon or kind of get our board back to normal. And if we don't, we end up finding ourselves in scenarios where decks that can potentially one-shot us for 260 can capitalize on our weaknesses pretty quickly. Things like Xatu on the bench will always end up being liabilities if we play this build to power up more guys. So that is something that's a little bit concerning. We see 180, like, yeah, now it's how, like, we're not technically behind on the prize trade yet, but, like, this Iron Hands being able to clean up the Espathra is really, really scary. Because if the Iron Hands comes up and cleans this up, that means we're 1 Raichu away from losing the game. That being said, I'm sure the Espathra player has some like plot armor to win this. But we'll find out. What is that Ariados? I don't know what Ariados does, actually. I think if it's the V-Star, it needs 1 more energy to attack as well. So maybe from you. We're going to just see more Natus and Zatus hit the board. Iono. A clean 6. We're going to retreat into a clean 1. Just go for the Stadium. I think basic Pokemon need 1 more energy to attack as well. That's actually really, really annoying. Now, like, we have stacked so many ways for this Iron Hands to attack us. It needs 6 energies or a Stadium Bump to attack the Espathra on the bench, but it's still doable. I mean, this turn you always hands, I think, if you can. Dude, if you hands the bench one and, like, they just return KO you, you have to put so many energy on this board. I guess you have 1, if you can get an energy to stick on Raichu, go 1, 2, attach from hand and a generator, I guess you could do it. It's doable. We're going to get 3 onto hands, 2 onto Raichu, Bravery Charm here, and just a pass. We're just prepping for the following turn, which is not great because now we're just leaving the ball in the Espathra's court to the Espathra player to just find like a boss's order. And I mean, honestly, with a boss attached, like, the game pretty much ends because this Raichu goes down, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we need 2 to take it out. But still, like, we're not doing a ton of damage on our own, which is a little bit concerning again. And this is a lot of energy. So I think, like, maybe this list plays like an energy retrieval or something to buff up our damage. Super odd. That makes sense. Super odd makes a lot of sense, actually. But an energy retrieval also seems like it would be a pretty cool card. We have 4 here. We're going to see a research, no boss. So now we have 2 fully loaded attackers and 120 to the active. So we're kind of in a similar position that we were last turn. Attach retreat into a new Miraidon. We're going to just accelerate some energies onto the board. I don't know. We could have just... I don't know if we needed to pass. I think we could have just one-shot here. I guess we didn't have 2 energies because the attach retreat provides 1 and the other one provides 1. So I guess we don't actually have a way to attack this turn. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's kind of sad, though. That's, like, really sad. Like, I don't know if this proves that Espathra is a good deck or Miraidon's just a terrible deck. Boss at the Raichu. Kind of pack it up. It's, like, lights out here. That's one of our 2 win cons that's now been taken off the board. 210 just gets the knockout here. And now no matter what this Iron Hands does, it's just going to be in a position where, like, it's just going to get absolutely blown up, which is, like, not good for the card itself. So we see the 2 coming onto the Iron Hands. Let's get the rope boss playoff, man. Let's just get it one time. Let's take 3 prizes and make ourselves proud. There it is. There's the boss on the other Espathra. We're going to see the knockout taking 3 prizes with Ampy very much. Putting us down to 2. So we were like an energy card short of winning this game as Miraidon, I think, is like how I look at it. And then we could just 330 million damage takes the prize. Also, Miraidon just does not, like, they didn't find any pieces, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I think there's potential for this deck because you can play annoying cards like this that just up your damage like significantly. And it makes decks like, I guess Charizard can ramp damage. Mew is kind of fake, I guess. I don't know. It might not have great matchups across the board, but I think the deck is interesting. So let's take a look at the list that they were playing here on the stream. We see an Ariados, I guess, to, I think VMAXs make more damage. I don't know what this card is. I think is that just gives us 100 more HP? 50 more HP? Something? It does something, right? Like reduces attacks? I don't know. But this list is like super linear, and I feel like there's got to be some gimmick to it if this deck needs to work. Because this list just seems so mediocre compared to like the gimmicks that you could make work with a deck like this. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I'm just like giving this card too much credit. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Like, do you think there's a way to play this card that make it viable, or is this just like a complete cope? Like maybe you play like a 1/1 Shadow Rider to like have your own insane set of damage to like clean up a game, and like Shadow Mist is pretty good. Like over the Ariados, like maybe like a 1/1 Shadow Rider is like really, really good. Or like a Valiant that you can attack with to like pepper 20s here and there, but there's no switch cards. So maybe that's like absolutely terrible. I don't know. There's like a bunch of different variations and stuff you could do with a deck like this, but there's got to be some potential with it, right? Like I want to make every card that exists work in some capacity. So that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll do more reaction videos. There's a ton of cool stuff coming up on the channel throughout the new year and the holidays. So please, thank you so much for supporting the channel, and you guys are awesome. Peace out. Have a happy holiday season.